Hello friends and followers, and welcome back to the Jack Fleming Artistry channel. I am making a lot more videos here recently. You guys have probably seen a few more being posted. Got a lot going on. Spring car show season just ended, and I'm trying to make some new products to get out for the fall. This drawing that you see behind me here turned out to do pretty good this past season. I was really happy to have it as a new print in my booth. You might have seen this as a new print as well, and I had a lot of people asking me if I had it in color, which I didn't. So today we're gonna see what we can do about that, make a color version of it. Hope you guys enjoy. Thanks. Okay, this is going to turn into a time-lapse video here in just a little bit, but really quick before we get going with that, I wanted to show you the last one of these that I did with watercolor, and this time I wanted to try something else out. My mother-in-law actually gave me these markers a little while back, and I have very little experience with markers. I don't know where these came from. They're not a brand I'd heard of before. Touch Cool. I don't know. I think they're kind of a cheaper, somewhat no-name brand. I could be wrong on that, but we're going to give them a shot, see how they work on this. If they don't work out at all, I've got a few other copies that I might try something else out on, or go back to watercolors. Anyhow, hope you enjoy. Thanks. As promised, here's our time-lapse footage. I did not want to give you guys the real time on this one, as I worked on this for many hours over, I think, 2 weeks time, off and on in the evenings after doing customer work. I find it interesting that as a 42-year-old artist who's been doing this stuff my whole life, I really have almost no experience with alcohol markers. So you're seeing the first piece that I've ever finished with alcohol markers. I have used a few in the past to give some color samples on sign designs for customers using Copics. That was the only experience that I really had prior to this. I guess a little bit of a review on these colors that I'm using here in comparison to the Copics that I use. You'll probably see in the video that I broke out my Copics a little bit, or Copic. I'm not sure how it's supposed to be pronounced. I say Copic. Anyhow, the problem that I found with this set of markers, while it had a lot of colors to it, they were all really bright, heavily saturated colors. There wasn't very many light tones. There's a few dark tones, but not as many as I'd like. I think I'd really like to have a set that's got a lot more variety to it. In fact, after doing this poster here, I've decided I really like the way that markers look for these, and my plans at the moment are to continue making a whole bunch more of these posters. It's actually coming to the forefront of priorities for me. But and liking the way that the colors do, you know, they blend really well and all, but I'd really like to have, you know, a larger variety, definitely a larger variety of lighter values. So I actually went and ordered the Prismacolor markers, I think like 160 marker set or something like that the other day. So look forward to a video coming up with those. I have used one or two of those markers in the past. They're a lot more affordable than a large set of Copics, so that's why I decided to go with those. A little bit about the drawing that we're looking at here. You can see right there I was coloring on the little hot rod that Erie Eric built. I can't remember the name of it, but kind of neat to have that in here. The one you see me coloring right there is actually a little Jeep rod, kind of inspired by a customer of mine that I have actually here in town that has a Jeep rod he's been building in his garage. So lots of fun stuff in this one. Here I've got a older cab over. I was actually inspired by an old cab over fire truck that's at a park in Fort Worth. Kind of thought it'd be neat. What if somebody built sort of a kind of rat rod, rusty looking hot rod version of one. It's got skirts on it here, chop top, little open sunroof to it, wood planking on the back, bunch of little fun stuff, window visor. If you notice, I kind of bounce around a lot in these. Another good piece to make mention of, or a good subject that's in this to make mention of, back there kind of near where I'm coloring orange at the moment, there is a Dr. Pepper truck. It's also inspired from something here locally, Dublin, Texas, not too far from us. I guess it's one of the last places to have the original recipe for Dr. Pepper, and there's a Dr. Pepper truck like that one that shows up at car shows around here. It's kind of neat. A little futuristic hot rod being colored right there in blue and white. Little robot looking guy driving it. Got a cab over Econoline back there. I don't know. I don't really want to make this one of those videos where I just sit there and point out what cars are on here, even though that's kind of neat. A lot of them you probably recognize, some from TV shows, a few in here from my own creation, like this one, and the one in front of it actually kind of come from a carousel car. Just a lot of fun little things in these. I will have these up as prints here shortly. I'm not sure if they'll be on the website. Well, I'm not sure how long it'll be before the website's up. You'll be able to get them there or find them from me at car shows when the fall car show season starts. I did kind of want to talk a little bit about what's going on with this one, why I dug it out and felt that it was really important to go ahead and color it and bring it back. I did this one, I think, 2 years ago. Might have been the end of 2019. I don't think I actually finished it until into 2020. Like I said, I made a couple little prints to test out in my booth at car shows. I'm really aiming to have a lot more art in my booth at car shows. I really like doing posters and stuff. I'd like to have more on a website that people can have. These are fun to me. They're a lot of fun to make. And they're a lot of fun to sit here and talk to people about. See people's reactions to them. I know that they bring people enjoyment. They've shared that with me. I watch it in their faces. I think it's funny when somebody buys one at a show and you see them walking away and they can't quit looking at it. And I like that. It's fun. I'd like to keep doing that. I've got some other plans of stuff to do with these, but I mentioned it earlier in the year too. I want to get to a point where I'm doing at least 6 of these a year, if at all possible. Really put them at the forefront of what's going on. I already have plans for the next one. I thought if I went ahead and broke this one out, made a color version of it, it'd give me that motivation that I needed to jump forward and finish the next one and get that ball rolling. If you're an artist and you're watching this, you probably understand that kind of struggle. You have goals that you want, and it's always hard to get to your own stuff. I guess I make myself a victim of putting customer work and stuff always up front, which is, it's good. It's really good for them. It's good to be that for my customers, but at the same time, I've got customers that want products that aren't custom made for them. They want stuff that's already made, and I want to make more of it. So I'm kind of, I guess, taking a little bit of a back seat to some customer stuff, but not all. I don't think that's too different if you're in the hot rod scene and stuff and you're watching this from how hot rod builders are. Do customer builds forever, and you have yours sitting in the back of the garage waiting around. At some point in time, I think everybody has the dream of building their own creations the main part of their business. With that said, I'm not getting done of doing custom work. I'm just making product creation a higher priority. Yeah, it's probably enough voiceover here. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments on my plans here. Thanks. Okay, hoping y'all have found that pretty entertaining. We have gone from this black and white version here, which people kept asking me, got a color version of that, to our new color version of it. So, hopefully I will have prints of this on the website here soon. If you're interested in those, it is www.jackflemingartistry.com. At the moment that I'm filming this, the website's still down, but should be back up and running, new and improved here very shortly. And If you like this video, there should be another one kind of like it right here, and maybe even another one associated to it right here. There should be a lot more videos like this with this kind of content to it coming up here soon. This is the direction I really want to be going in a lot more. These are a whole lot of fun, and a lot of fun not just for me to make, but for the people who like looking at them. All sorts of little hidden things in here. Hopefully you guys have found that interesting, and have a good one. Bye.